Hey, everybody. It is yours truly, Dr. Shamika Dean. Y'all come on in. As you are tuning in, make sure that you comment and let me know where you're tuning in from. Listen, if you're new to me, don't know who I am your favorite marketing solutionist. As a marketing solutionist, I am different in the industry because I teach marketing from a mindset perspective. And I teach my clients how to do mindset movement so that they can move through the broken belief systems because belief systems become birthing systems. And what I realized is that strategy works. It doesn't matter, what strategy you're implementing. It does work. However, if your mind is messed up, your money is going to be funny, and so you won't be able to market like you're supposed to, or build a business the way that you're supposed to, or any of those things. One of the things that I teach on heavily inside of my academy is forgiveness. All right. And so, again, I'm going to give y'all a few seconds to tune in. As you're tuning in, just make sure you let me know where you're tuning in from. So, comment in the comment section, and we're going to talk about some forgiveness today. And I know this may not seem like business or marketing strategy, but I'm going to show you that it is. Okay. So again, come on in. Make sure that you share and also invite others to join us because, listen, you are not the only one that this can benefit. Okay, okay. Hey, Crystal. Oh, y'all coming in. Okay. Hey, Cinco. Hey, Joanne, Courtney, Sheena. Hello. Hey, Catherine, how are you? So let's see. Catherine's from Georgia. We have Keisha from New Jersey. We have Sheena from Virginia, Crystal from Florida, Joanne from New Jersey, Cinco from New Orleans. All right, y'all in here. Ohio in the house. Jasmine from Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Jasmine says, I walked away from everything because of this. You are absolutely correct. And the person I heard it from, and the first person I heard it from almost a year ago. Awesome. Hey, from La Kimberly from Louisiana. We have Courtney from North Carolina and Kayla from Virginia as well. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. So let me just be, one thing y'all know about me is I believe in transparency. I believe in being free. And so which is why, I want to talk with you all and share the importance of forgiveness as you are building and growing your business. Okay. So, forgiveness, somebody type this in the comment section. Forgiveness unlocks the flow of your favor, your funds, your fortune, and your future. Now, I've talked about this before, but I want to talk about it again because I was speaking with someone earlier. I'm sorry, last night about it. And I posted a status late last night about forgiveness after watching an episode of Iyanla. And so I said, you know what? This is going to be my topic for today that I'm going to talk about. So again, forgiveness unlocks the flow of your funds, your favor, your fortune, and your future. All right. So I want you to type that in the chat box for me because I want to make sure y'all are with me. I have a call at 11:15, so I'm not going to be able to be on here long. So that means y'all going to have to grab this, pay attention, write it down, tag me on social media, and let the folks know that you're getting your whole life over here with Dr. Dean. All right. And so, excuse me again. So we're going to talk about this. So, real quick, I didn't realize that forgiveness was one of the things that was blocking me as I was building my business, right? And so I had a very, very bad experience with people in leadership. Had a bad experience with someone, with the manager on the job. Had a bad experiences with a couple of with a coach, and so as I was getting ready to move forward in my business, here I am praying, God, I need help. I need a mentor. I need somebody to teach me something. And so instead of him initially saying, yep, go to this person, go to that person, you know what he told me? He said, they won't be able to occupy their space until you forgive the last people. I said, say what now? See, here's the thing that I want you to understand. First of all, forgiveness creates an obstruction of the flow. So, if you know anything about the airways, right? When someone is choking, it's because something is lodged in their airway. Something is obstructing the airflow. And so that is an example of what happens when you hold on to forgiveness. It creates an obstruction of flow. The other thing is that because you haven't forgiven, you now have someone occupying a space that they do not qualify to hold anymore. Somebody say, ouch. When you hold on to unforgiveness, that means you're holding this person in your heart. They are occupying a space that they no longer qualify to hold. And what happens is because they're still in that space, guess what happens, sweeties? Guess what happens? The person that you're praying for can't occupy the space. Okay? They can't come and take their rightful space because you got somebody else in that spot. Y'all still with me? Make sure you do me a quick favor and share. Share and invite, others to join. When you share, just type share. But they can't occupy because that's what happens when you hold on to unforgiveness, right? And again, they begin to occupy a space that they no longer qualify to hold, and the person that's supposed to be there, that really is supposed to be there, they can't take it. They can't take it. And I use this example when I say, if you're praying for a husband but you have your boyfriend in the bed, your husband is not going to come and get in and share a bed with you and your boo, right? So you have to make room, right? So that's what forgiveness does. It is about making room for what you have been praying for. Okay. So I want to talk about real quick why it is hard to forgive. Thank you, Keisha, for sharing. Thank you, Catherine, for sharing. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you. Thank you. So somebody first type make room in the comments, and then I'm going to go back to my other point. So type that in the chat box, make room. Because again, if someone is there occupying a space, the person who is supposed to be there cannot take their space. That's what forgiveness looks like. All right. So when you say, I can't forgive, I want you to think about what you're forfeiting. When you say, I can't forgive, I want you to think about what you're praying for and how unforgiveness is actually preventing you from getting that. Because again, forgiveness creates an obstruction of flow. Okay. So thank you for sharing, Natasha. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So now let's talk about, am I still good? Because it looks like my internet wants to act funny. Every time I start teaching y'all like this, my internet want to act up. Okay, I'm good. Looks like I'm good. So let's talk about why forgiveness is so hard. Okay. Thank you for sharing, Malika. Forgiveness is hard because your pain is justified by facts. Somebody say facts. Put that in the comments. The reason forgiveness is so hard, again, is because the pain is justified by facts. And so what happens is anytime your emotions and brain come into agreement that no, this is right, right? This is right. I'm hurting. And so I'm right for holding on to unforgiveness because this indeed happened. And so what happens is because your brain and your emotions are in agreement, your mind, your decision making skills is saying no. If you go against this, then you are violating our rights. You're violating the rights. You're violating the facts, saying that this is not right, but my brain and my emotions are telling me it is because I can look at the facts. Okay, so let me share with you a formula here I want to share this with you, okay? So I can help y'all real quick before I have to jump off here. Um, Hold on. Hey, Miracle. Hey, Alicia. So make sure you share and invite others to join us. Because again, I want to give y'all this before I have to jump off real quick. Okay. I may have to do a part 2, just depending on how things go today. Okay. All right. You know what? Hold on. Let me do this first so I can make sure it shows up right. Because I'm going to give y'all this strategy, because this is stuff you need to know. You need to understand this. All right. And I'm going to download this real quick. Yes, make room. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Hey, Kalindra. Because I'm going to tell you, unforgiveness shows up in your business. And as much as you want to convince yourself that, you know what I'm saying, that you're good, that you don't need to forgive, that forgiveness is unnecessary, I can show you how it is showing up in your business. Okay. I can prove it to you. Because I'm about that life. Like, I'm from that. I'm about that life for real, for real. Okay. So, but I want to show you all, because oftentimes, we kind of need to be from like the show me state. Like, we don't really believe people until they tell us. We don't really like to believe people. Like, they have to prove everything to us. So I'm gonna prove it to y'all today, okay? And this, I'm gonna show you why forgiveness is so hard. Y'all still with me? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to share this, pull this up. I should have done this or had it downloaded earlier, but I didn't. All right, here we go. So here is why forgiveness is so hard. All right. Forgiveness is so hard because of the feelings and the facts. Okay. So again, remember we talked about the brains and the emotions, right? So your emotions are the feelings, your brain is revealing to you the facts, right? So the feelings are the emotions attached to the pain that the person caused you, which verifies the offense, right? And then the facts reveal that it really did happen. They truly hurt you. So it validates the offense. Are y'all still with me? So you have the verification, which is your feelings, but then you have the validation, which is the facts. And so this is what makes it hard to forgive, because the feelings and the facts align. They are in agreement. So when we're trying to force our flesh or force our decision-making skills to make a decision to go against the feelings and the facts, which is how we justify holding on to forgiveness. So anytime we try to say, no, you need to let that go, the facts and the feelings have come into agreement, and they're like, no, this is a violation of my right, because I have the right to be angry because I'm feeling like I'm feeling. And the facts are here. This person did what they did to me, right? And so that's what makes forgiveness so difficult. That's what makes it so hard. So how do you move on, right? How do you forgive? So the first thing is, you want to do what I call go back to the memory and the moment. The memory creates the visual, right? So anytime something happens, it reminds you of that memory, and that memory brings back up that pain, right? It gives you a visual, and it gives you it gives you the visual of it. Then it's going to be verified and validated, right, by the feelings and the facts. So when you have that memory, it takes you back to the moment. Right. And the moment reveals what? The vine that connects you to the very moment you first felt that type of pain, which reveals the root. Okay. So when you're growing your business, and it's time for you, let's just say it's time for you to hire. Okay. It's time for you to hire. And you want to hire, you need to hire. You're looking at your funds, or you may be looking at your funds, and your funds are saying, girl, don't do that. Because how are you going to be able to pay this person? How are you going to be? Because now you're responsible, right? You're responsible for this person's livelihood. So your memory is taking you back to a time when you may have been unable to pay a bill. It could have been you getting something out of the layaway. You had to put the layaway back, right? It could have been time for you to pay, or you had a desire to go on a trip, but then a bill came up and you weren't able to go on the trip because you had to take that money and put it on the bill, right? So it could have been a time where you were responsible for something. So maybe your mom left you at the house with your siblings and told you that you're responsible for taking care of them, but one of them got hurt or one of them broke something in the house. So that memory is saying don't do it, but it's always going to take you right back to that moment, right? So some of you are probably experiencing it right now. You're like, oh my God, yep, sure did. I remember when. I remember when, right? So you're having that moment. I remember when. So again, that's what happens when you're going through this process of forgiveness. And so when you find yourself in that place, then you have to take control and verbalize, right? That this is not the same situation, right? This is not what's happening now. This is what happened back then. Okay. And so you have to take control of that situation and operate in your position of decision making and saying, you know what, we're going to change the narrative because there's a different way, right? So even if you have time to you need to hire. So let's go back to that. You need to hire and you're thinking about being responsible for someone's livelihood and your brain is telling you, girl, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because last time you did, you put something on the payment plan, you weren't able to do it. But now you can look at new facts and say, you know what, but I'm wiser with my money now. You know what? I have this cash reserve stored up. You know what? Now I know how to make more money. Now I have a strategy to continue to build profit in my business, right? Because thank you, Viviana, for your donation. But so you're saying now you have more experience, right? So you create a new norm. So those don't have to be the facts anymore. You have new evidence. Okay. You have experience. So you can now create something different. Okay. So this is just an example of, how forgiveness unlocks the flow, right? Because we talked about it. So what did I say for unforgiveness does? I want to make sure y'all are paying attention. All right, because I'm doing some talking, I'm doing some teaching, but I want to make sure that you all are really getting this, and this is not just like, oh, it's good in the moment. I want to know it's being embedded in your memory. Okay. So what did I say unforgiveness does to you? What happens when you hold on to unforgiveness? Somebody sound off in the comment section because it's going to let me know if y'all really paying attention. And I'm going to give y'all a couple of seconds because I know there's a little bit of a delay. So I'm going to give y'all a second to tune in here. I'm sorry, to make your comments. Oh, y'all are in here today. I love it. Thank you so much for your support, for showing up, all of those good things. I'm trying to take a picture of my screen here. Not all of y'all, but just a screenshot while I'm waiting on you guys. Okay, so Cinco says restriction. All right, so somebody else, give me something. That's good, Cinco. Thank you so much, Cinco Brown. So what else did I say that it does? Unforgiveness will have you stand in the mess. It will, but that's not what I said earlier. I want to know, were you here? I don't think you were here though, Alicia. I don't think you were here. It validates through facts. Dana says you don't open your heart for who should really be there because you have space taken in your heart for someone who deserves that space. Yes, there was a particular word that I used that begins with the letter O. Does anyone remember that? Does anyone remember? Obstruct. That's it, Sadira. Thank you. Yes, it obstructs the flow of what you need to occupy that space. It literally creates an obstruction. And so that means that it's a blockage. It blocks what you are trying to get access to, right? And it obstructs. And then the other word I want you to put in the comment section is occupy. Because it obstructs, which means it prevents and blocks the flow. But then it also occupies, which means that it's holding on to the person that you won't forgive. So that person is occupying the space of what you have been praying for. So basically, forgiveness is an exchange. Okay. It is an exchange. So you're giving up what you don't want to make room for what you do want. Does that make sense? Forgiveness, again, it obstructs and it occupies. So forgiveness creates an exchange. When you choose to forgive, you are now making room. You're doing an exchange to get rid of what you don't want to make room for what you do want. That's what forgiveness looks like. Okay. All right. So real quick, y'all give me your biggest takeaway from this live. Let me know how it helped you. While you guys are doing that, I want to make sure that I remind you that my book launch is February 26th. You have not secured your spot. We have limited seatings. I want to see your face in the place. So I want you to go to shamikadean.com and register for the Market Like a Mogul book launch. All right. We're going to have an amazing time. And so don't wait until the last minute and say, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it next week, because you're going to mess around and miss out. And then I don't want you contacting me after we fill the slot saying, oops, I forgot, I was busy, all those things. Because listen, opportunities can be missed when you don't move when God's telling you to move. All right. Yeah, Chanel, I'm going to leave it up so that you can go back and watch the replay. Okay. I'll leave it up so that you can go back and watch the replay. And this is why I say I want y'all to make sure also that you share this broadcast so that others can watch in case they missed us. You know, you are welcome. You're welcome. Because I got to get ready. The notifications are late. Seriously? Sadira says her takeaway was let go of the old so I can receive the new. I love that, Sadira. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with Facebook and these notifications. I don't know if there's a way for you to turn the notifications on. I've been trying to make sure that I go live from my business page on Facebook instead of my personal page, because I want to stay kind of focused. And I'm also multi-streaming, of course, through my LinkedIn and my my YouTube channel. Wow, she said she just received hers. That's crazy. That is crazy. I don't know. I think you may have to turn on notifications that I'm live or something. If you're not following my business page, then follow the business page and make sure that you are following the notifications and put it as new. Oh, okay. So Chanel, can you tell them how to turn on all lives? So Chanel says she just received it. You have to check that she didn't have all lives selected. And I'm going live from my business page. So you probably are just seeing it because I'm going live from my business page and not my personal page. Okay, Rodney said he just got the notification. Something is off. I'm not sure, y'all, what's going on. Catherine says her biggest takeaway was realize or verbalize what has happened, but then but not what's happening now. Let go so you can flow. Yes, absolutely. So if you're not following my Facebook business page, then you'll need to go to facebook.com/Shamika Dean, and that'll take you directly to my business page. And so that way, when I go live on there, you should be able to see it. I'm going to put the link in the comment section as well. Okay, so Chanel says if you hit the bell, it will show you all your options and select all live notifications. Thank you so much for that. All right, any last questions for me before we wrap this up? I have 5 more minutes. So any last questions would be now the time for you to ask those questions, and also still continue to share your biggest takeaway. Let's see. Yes, I see Charles Henderson. I have 2 people that have registered for the book launch. So we have 2 that have just registered for the book launch. So I'm so excited to see you all in the building. Whoop, whoop. So again, if you haven't registered, like I said, we have very limited seating. So if you have not registered for the Market Like a Mogul book launch, you are going to miss it. Okay, you're gonna miss it. So get your tickets and come out and be a part of the event. It's hard to forgive when it's happening to your children. Yeah, forgiveness, the decision to forgive, as I said, is hard when there are facts to validate why you feel like you feel, right? So that's the purpose of the video, Alicia. So go back and make sure that you actually watch the live so that you can walk through that process of forgiveness. All right. Hey, Ayana. That's a good question. So I did cover it in the broadcast, Rodney. So because I've already taught on it, I don't want to go back through the entire training because that's what the video was about. But as soon as it ends, make sure you go back and watch the replay from there. All right. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, I made a decision a long time ago that nothing or no one was going to make me forfeit what God has for me. And forgiveness is the gateway to those things. So I truly decided that I'm seriously just not going to allow anybody to make me forfeit. Not going to do it. Yes, Ayana's coming to the book launch. Woo, woo. I told y'all we're going to have a good time now. So do not miss this book launch. Don't wait till the last minute because, as I said, We have already decided how many people, and once those spots are done, they're done. So even if you're like, well, I need to make sure I can, take time off and give a ticket. Listen, you better not wait until the last minute. Okay. So go to shamikadean.com and go ahead and secure your spot so that you can get in the room. I'm excited. I'm excited. All right. Well, I'm going to jump off here. I have a call now. Like I told y'all, I had a call at 11:15. So I'm going to jump off here and I will talk to you all again soon. Okay. Love you immensely and intensely. And until next time.